ॐ ज्ञानतिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरोः श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगणरघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं श्रीकृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधाकृष्णपादान् सहगणललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च। हे कृष्णा करुणा सिन्धो दीनबन्धो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिकान्त राधाकान्त नमोस्तुते। तप्त काञ्चन गौरांगी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। नमो महावदान्याय कृष्णप्रेमप्रदायिने कृष्णाय कृष्णचैतन्य नाम्ने गौरत्विषे नमः। पञ्चतत्त्वात्मकं कृष्णं भक्तरूपस्वरूपकं भक्तावतारं भक्ताख्यं नमामि भक्तशक्तिकं। श्रीकृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासदि गौरभक्तवृंदा। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। जन्माद्यस्य यतोऽन्वयादितरतश्चार्थे सुभिज्ञस्वराट् तेने ब्रह्महृदायादिकवये मुह्यन्ति यत्सूरयः। तेजो वारिमृदां यथा विनिमये यत्र त्रिसर्गो मृषा धाम्ना स्वेन सदा निरस्तकुहकं सत्यं परं धीमहि। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत्। स्वस्ति अस्तु विश्वस्य खलः प्रसीदतां ध्यायन्तु भूतानि शिवं मिथो धिया। मनश्च भद्रं भजतादधोक्षजे आवेश्यतां नो मतिरप्यहैतुकी। We are reading from Śrīmad Bhāgavatam, Canto 10, Chapter 60, verse number 15. So we read how Sri Krishna, he desired to see Srimati Rukmani Devi in an angry mood because she is a Dakshina Naika and she never gets upset. She is always favorable, always obedient, always looking after Sri Krishna's needs and very serious. She is not joking type. So Krishna, he desired to see her angry face. So he devised this plan. And the plan was that he is not suitable husband for her. So that's what we read. It says, I am niskinchana myself, don't have anything, I am not a king, my father was not a king, my father had no property, so I did not get anything. as what you call as a heir, inheritance. So why did you decide to marry me? Still you have time, you can find another husband. So in the next, in the verse number 15, he gives the basic principle, which is important because this is a niti principle. It says, Yayor atma samam vittam janma aishwarya kritir bhavaha tayor vivaho maitri cha nauttama dhamayo kvachit. So he says that the friendship and marriage, these two things, are between equals. So don't make friendship with a person who is not equal to you, and don't marry a person who is not equal to you. And equal in what? So he lists few things. Janma Vitta Janma Aishwarya Kriti Bhava, 5 things. So he says you should look for these 5 things if you want to marry somebody, if you want to make friendship, not the Facebook type of friendship that you can do without even seeing the photo. So number 1 is Vitta, wealth, that you should be equal in wealth. Otherwise, if you have less wealth, then you will feel inferior with your friend or with your partner. And if you have more wealth, you will feel proud and you will insult the other person. So both are not good in relationship, because friendship and marriage, marriage is also like a friendly relationship. It's very intimate. So there should not be any cause of disparity, inequality. Otherwise, there will be some cracks in the relationship later on. So therefore, number 1 is Vitta. Number 2 is Janma. So Janma means birth, which here means you should belong to the same group, same class. Especially in India, we had this Varnashram system, Jati system. So it's better to marry in your own Jati. Otherwise there will be also class, oh, you are just this and I am this. And if the Jati is same, then you also have similar customs, rules, protocols, because many things vary also according to Jati. So many times problems come because people are marrying from another country, another group, another family in the sense, another Jati. So that can cause also trouble. Then Aishwarya. So Aishwarya means power, position, could be education. Somebody knows music, other person has no knowledge of music. Right? So then the one who knows will keep on making fun of the other one. That you don't even know this much. How many thoughts are there? How many ragas, how many shrutis, swaras. So therefore Aishwarya. And then Kriti. Kriti means action, job, the field in which you work, it's better. If the husband is a lawyer and the wife is also knows the law, then they can talk. If they are scientists, musicians. And then Bhava. So Bhava here, as we saw, Bhavo Bhavtu Bhavya. So Bhava here refers to wealth. Although with came there, but this Bhava can refer to some other good qualities. So the idea is that there should be match between friends and husband and wife. Otherwise we know the story of Drupada and Drona. The whole Mahabharata seed was laid down because Drupada, he insulted Drona when he went to see him to beg for a cow. So Dronacharya is a Brahmana, poor. Drupada was king, Kshatriya. So that's why the clash happened. Although they were friends in the school, classmates, good friends, like Krishna and Sudama. Sudama is also Brahman, poor. Brahmanas are generally poor because they don't do anything to make money. Now Brahmanas are rich. Now they're using their intelligence to make money, not to study Shastra. But previously they only studied. They were worshipper of Saraswati, not Lakshmi. Saraswati and Lakshmi don't go together. There's a quarrel between them. So that's why Drupada and Dronacharya. So therefore Krishna says that Uttama and Adhama means high and low. They should not marry. In the beginning it may be all right when the hormones are activated. But later on the hormones subside, right? And you become what you are. Then all the Shruti, Janma, Aishwarya, Shri, all these things, the Mada, Janma, Aishwarya, Shruti, Shri, Bir, Edamana, Mada, Puman, these are the things which give pride. So then the pride starts coming up. So let's see the commentary. Sakincha tav mad bharyatvam no upapadyate ityatra niti shastra vakyam shrinu ityaha. He says, moreover, it is not appropriate for you to be my wife. Upapatti, upapadyate means it's not logical. There is no good reason. And to support his statement, he is referring to the Niti Shastra, the book of polity. So, Yayoriti. Tav pitri paitamaha bahu dhanvatvat bahuni vittani mamtu pitur vasudevasya vitta bhavat maduparjitam evedam yat kinchit vittam. So he says your father, your grandfather, your great-grandfather, they were all rich people, kings. So they have a lot of wealth. My father, he had no wealth because he was in prison most of his young age. And before that, if he had anything, it was taken away by Kamsa. It was confiscated. Everything was taken away. Kansa-like people take away others' wealth. So, mamatu pitur vasudevasya vitta bhavat. So, whatever I have is little bit what I have earned with my own hard work. And that's not much. So, maduparjitam eva idam yat kinchit. He says, whatever you are seeing here in Dwarka, this is little bit of my wealth. That's all I have. Say idam maduparjitam vittam. Then janma tvam mahakula prasuta aham yadvatvad akulina. Then next is birth. So you are born in a very aristocratic family, Kshatriya family. I am a Yadava. Yadavas are not considered as great. Even now, here in Braj area, Yadavas, they are not considered as high class people. So therefore I am Akulina. I am not Kulina means aristocratic. Akulina. Kulina means born in. Remember it came in Harinamata Vakaran. You apply the Kha Pratyaya and Kula in Sreshtatva. Khasyaina Kulina. Gopal Champu also, but Sutra. And then next is Aishwarya. So Tava Vidarbha Deshastha Kundinadi बहु नगरेषु अधिकार मम तु आनर्त देशस्थायाम एकस्याम द्वारका नगर्याम एव. So Aishwarya means opulence in the sense of control. So you have your kingdom Kundinpur, Vidarbha, the whole country of Vidarbha, many cities, towns, villages, they are under the control of your father. And I only have little Dwarka here. All around there is water and maybe some fishermen catching fish. So that's all. Nothing much that I have. Then Akriti Riti Tvam Gauri. So the next one was Akriti, not Kriti. So it is Jan Aishwarya Akriti. Akriti means form. So now when it comes to form, I am dark color and you are very fair color. So I don't match there also. So Tvam tu Gauri, so you are golden color, fair color, and I am Kala. I am blackish. Aishwaryena Mahakriti, Aishwaryakriti. Aishwaryena Sahakriti, Aishwaryakriti. Or Aishwaryakriti is made as a compound word. Aishwarya qualifies Akriti, means your Akriti is of Aishwarya. Wherever you go, then all the heads turn to that side. Right? Some people, they walk, wherever they go, everybody turns to them. So that is Aishwarya. Your Akriti is your Aishwarya. Your form, your appearance. Then Bhava. So Bhava iti Bhavaha Kshemesha. So Bhava means which brings auspiciousness, Kshema. So Kshemesha samsare itham avidhanatvam sada kalyani eva. So Bhava Kshemesha samsare. This from the Abhidhan, this from the dictionary, maybe Amarkosh, he didn't say. So the word Bhava means Kshemesha samsara and so on. So means Kshema here, he's taking as Kalyan, auspiciousness. So you are always auspicious. And in case of me, wherever I went, only problems came. Right? So there is no Bhava. Mamtu Kalyanvatvam Bahushatrukatvat Sandigdhameva. Says my auspiciousness is that I have a big row of enemies. That's my auspiciousness. And your auspiciousness is that you had so many kings who wanted to marry you. And me, nobody. They want to kill me from my very birth. So therefore we are not a match at all. So then what is to be done now? So he now speaks clearly. Vedarbhye tadavigyaya tvaya dirgha samikshaya vritavayam gunaihina bhikshu bhi shlaghita mudha. So he says that, O Vedarbhi, O Rukmani, you have chosen me as your husband without deliberating properly, out of ignorance. Avigyaya tvaya adirgha samikshaya. Samiksha means deliberation, iksha, and samiksha means proper iksha. And dirgha samiksha means to think about. If you want to make such a decision that your whole life is going to be with the one person, so take some time. Not that you do speed, what is called speed dating. So that is nonsense. So you are going to live with somebody. It's one of the most important decision of your life. So he says that you did not think properly. You did tvaya adirgha samikshaya. avigya, vritavayam. And who am I? Gunairhina. I have no good qualities. And why is that you got attracted to me? He says, Bhikshu bhi shlaghita mudha. He says, some beggars, they praised me. Just like that. And you did not even inquire. You did not send somebody find out if I am actually like the way they are saying. So some beggars were coming to your palace, your father's palace, and they were singing some songs about me. But they are only bhikshu. They were not some apta purusha. There are 3 types of pramanas: pratyaksha, anuman and shabda pramana. But shabda pramana is the pramana if it is the shabda of an apta purusha. Means reliable person. Which means whose words are true. So yathadrishtam tathaibhuktam. As one sees, that's how one describes. Not you just repeat, somebody says, then you also say that, then someone else says like that. And then everybody is coming to Vrindavan and crowding it. Right? And then you come here and then say, well, it's very dirty here. We invited you here. So people are not listening to the Apta Purusha. They just listen to somebody. So if you have to take decision on somebody's statement, first that person must be an authority. He should be free from Brahm Pramad, Vipralipsa, Karna Patava. So people who have Vipralipsa, they are singing songs about something and you become impressed and then you make your decision based on that. Then you are troubled. So he says that's what you have done. So na dirgha samiksha vicharo yasya staya. So you have not done some solid thinking, proper thinking before making a decision. So you should not make a decision when your mind is influenced by others' words, or you are in a state of disturbance, angry mood, or depressed. You should make good decisions when your mind is peaceful, so that you can think. Otherwise your intelligence is already weak because of your emotions. Then you fall into trouble later on. So that's the advice he is giving. Sathatmanonurupam vai bhajasva kshatriyarshambham yena tvamashishah satya yahamutrucha lapshase. So therefore, what is my advice? He is concluding his talk now. So he says atha, change. So atmano anurupam vai bhajasva kshatriyarshambham. So you should find some good Kshatriya king who is suitable husband for you and marry that person. Then your wishes, Ashisha, they will be Satya, they will be fulfilled, they will come true in this life and next life. You will be happy in this life also and you will be happy in the next life. So this is my sincere advice to you. So Rukmani is already married for so many years. She already had children and grandchildren. Yeah, Pradyumna was there and then Anuruddha is there. And you already read the story of Pradyumna, right? So now after all this, he's saying you can marry somebody else. How does this work? So kincha yadabhut tadabhudeva. So this is an important statement also. Although he's joking, but still nice teaching he's giving. He says whatever has happened has happened. You should not become conditioned by that and he says, okay, now in this life only like this. No, you should take charge of your life, and if you have made a mistake, you should rectify that. Not that you go on suffering from your wrong decision. So you have made a wrong decision, it's never too late. So change it now and find another husband, and I'm ready to give you talaq. All I have to do is just, I don't have to go to court for this. So therefore he says, yada bhut tada bhut eva tava sthira yavanatvad adhunapi kvachit kshatir na bhut. So if she says, what is this, I have been married for so long and I don't have the marriageable age now, who will marry me now? He says, no, you still look young. You have not become old, because your youth is unchanging, sthira yavana. You look young even now, although you may be grandmom, granny, but you look still 16. So no problem, you can still find husband. So tava sthira yavanatvad adhunapi kachit shatir na bhut. No harm. Ato vivekam kuru ityaha athan. Therefore, still use your viveka, use your discrimination, your faculty to take good decision and act on that. Then he is also, just in case that she cannot figure out whom to marry, he also gives a list of people that you can consider. He says, don't worry, I suggest following names. So he is really going for the kill. So he says, Chaidya, Salva, Jarasandha, Dantvakradayo Nripaha, Mam Dishantu Vamoru, Rukmi Chapi Tavagrajaha. So he says, look, there are many people who hate me. So they will be very happy if you leave me. Right? Because that's what hatred means. Hatred means that they cannot see another person happy. So they will be so happy if my house is spoiled, and they will accept you. So there is Shishupal, then there is Shalva, there is Jarasandha, and Dantvakra, and Adi, etc., etc. So 4 are the prominent names. These 4 are well known to be enemy of Krishna. So he is saying that you can go. And they are all kings, wealthy. And moreover, your brother, he also doesn't like me. So he will also be happy finally that you left me. So Mama Dushanti Vamoru Rukmi Chapi Tavagraja. Your elder brother Rukmi, he also doesn't like me. So you will make so many people happy. Right? All of these people will become so happy. Tarhi kimiti anitahem. Chadya iti mama mam. So then he says that, okay, so where shall I go? If you say like this, so he says, these are the people. The word mama should be mam, karmani shashti. Tesham virya madandhanam driptanam smenuttaye anita shimaya bhadram tejo paratasatasatam. Or okay, Kimanita is, has a meaning is that then why did you bring me? Means, if this is the case, why did you marry me? That was the question. So he says, I married because all these people did not like me. So I wanted to teach them a lesson. In other words, my intention was not to marry you. My intention was to take revenge from these people who didn't like me. So therefore it says, Tesham virya madanthanam driptanam smayanuttaye anitasi maya bhadre tejo aparhata satam. So because all these people who are listed in the previous sloka, Shishupal, Dantavakra, Jarasandha, Shalva, so he says they are very proud, intoxicated by their strength. So only to uproot their pride, I kidnapped you. Not that I wanted to marry you. That marrying you was just the side effect. That was the byproduct. Okay, it's like if you buy banana, then the peel is the byproduct. You don't buy banana because of the peel. You buy because you want the banana, but the peel comes with it. So my intention was only to put their pride down. And in the process, I have to kidnap you. But kidnapping you was not my primary purpose. You cannot buy a banana without the peel. So I could not crush their pride without marrying you. So therefore I married you. But now their pride is crushed. Enough. So you can leave. Now we have taken the banana, the peel we can throw. So smayanuttaye garva apnodaya. So I did this only to uproot their pride, not that I had any intention to marry you. पुरुषोत्तम प्रभु क्या बोलना? Cannot hear you. Hari bol. Are you speaking? Is he speaking or no?
He is speaking.
But you cannot hear. What happened?
Haribol is coming. Haribol. Haribol, Haribol.
Some technical problem here in the speaker. Just trying to fix it. Okay. Is it working now? Yes? Okay, you can speak now if you still want to speak. Yeah.
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. though he is really drilling her heart, but he's still addressing her as all nice words, Bhadre, Vamoru, Subhru, all these nice words. So that's indication that he's just joking with her basically.
No, he is not hating her. You have to think.
No, I know he's not a hit, but he's just joking with her.
No, it's joking. Of course, we already said that. But these words are not said jokingly. He's appreciating that you are such a nice lady and I'm not qualified to be your husband. Otherwise, if he starts using some other words, means he's going against his own words. What he's trying to prove is that you are a Bhadra, you are a Vamoru, or whatever you are, and I'm not qualified to be your husband.
Oh, okay, thank you.
So now one question can be raised, that you are saying that you are not qualified, you don't have any wealth. He says, how is that you are Niskinchana? You have all this big city here. You have so many ladies. You married 16,000 queens. Everybody has got a palace. Which one of these kings have that? And then you say you are Niskinchana. So if you are not a Niskinchana, what would you have? This opulence, you are calling yourself as a pauper. So your standard is very high. Right? So Krishna says, no, it's not the question how much you have, but how much you are possessive of it. So I am a Niskinchana in that sense. Not that I don't have anything. It's just that I am not attached to these things. Udasina. So udasina vayam nunam na striyapatyartha kamukaha atmalabdhasyasmahe purna gehayor jyotirakriyaha. So he says that I am udasin, I am totally indifferent. That's why I am not a match for you. Because he says I don't have any interest in marrying, having children, wealth, pleasures. Not, I am a total sannyasi. I am renounced. And I am satisfied, I am Atma Rama. Atma labdhasya mahe. So, Atma labdhyas mahe, I am situated in my own self. And therefore, I don't need any of these things. So I am not Niskinchana in the sense that I am a beggar on the street. No, I have all these things, but I have no attraction for any of it. So that's what it means that I am Niskinchana. I have children, but I am not attached to them. I have grandchildren. I have so many wives, but I am just like a lamp which illuminates everything but is not touched by anything. So he says, Deha gehayor jyotir akriya. So it's just like house, body, I don't have any attachment to all this. That's why when he was leaving, then everybody was dead, right? They had a fight, killing each other mutually. And Krishna just saw this from far. He did not drop one tear from his eye. For anyone else, one person dies in the family, then they are so sad for so many days. Here, everybody died. And he was speaking to Uddhava, giving him lecture. So that's the meaning of Udasin. Asina means asana, sitting. And Udasina means sitting up. Ut asina. So it means I am above all that. I am not in the middle of it. So that's how I am. So that is the definition of akinchana or niskinchana he is giving. So the real niskinchana person is one who is not attached. Otherwise there are so many people who don't have any money, any wealth, but they are only looking for wealth. That's all. Their mind, there is some, when I was in Faridabad, they told me that in Mumbai there was a beggar, but when he died, then they came to know that he actually had apartments in Mumbai, which having an apartment in Mumbai means millions and millions of dollars, And he had rented them, he had bank balance. He was actually, I think, running a restaurant also. But still every day he was begging. Because he made all this by begging, so he was still respecting his profession. So only when he died, then people came to know about it. So obviously when he's begging, he's portraying himself as niskinchana. But he was having so much wealth. So Krishna says, I'm not a niskinchana like that. I'm detached, udasina. So nacha anya bhajanemam dukkham ma shankishtha ityah udasina. He is also saying that I am udasina, I am indifferent, that if you leave me and marry somebody else, then you may feel that you are breaking my heart, and what will I think, and I will cry in separation. He says nothing like that, nothing doing. I don't do these things. He says you can happily leave me. Leave me and believe me. So there is absolutely no problem. So have no doubt that I am going to suffer if you leave me. I am not going to remember you at all. Yeah, he's saying, have no doubt. So gehayor dehena gehayoru dasina. So it's very interesting in this sloka, the word geha is used for the house, and it is used in dual case. So what is this? Gehayo should be gehe. So he says this word geha goes along with deha. So it is the deha geha, and it is called ekshas samas. Like you have the word pitrau. So pitrau means mother and father, but mother is dropped. It is mata pitri, and dvivachan mata pitrau, but mata gets dropped. Ekshas samas, we did that. So like that geha here, deha is. So because he is in the body and he is in the house, he is Paramatma also, right? So in his own house also he is udasina, he is indifferent, just as he lives in the body of everybody and he is udasina, right? Dausaparnau saja sakhaya samanam viksham parisasva jate. So like two birds sitting on the tree, one is eating the fruit, so the living entity is being influenced by the pleasures and pains of this material body. But Paramatma is also sitting there peacefully, he is not bothered. So just as he sits in this body but doesn't become emotional by anything, like that he is also in his house, doesn't become emotional. Right? Pradyumna was kidnapped. Did you hear anything that Krishna was sitting and crying? My son, what happened to my son? Even Vyasdev was crying. Putreti tanmeta tarvo vinedu. But we never hear that Krishna was crying. And he was his first son. Pradyumna. And the first son was kidnapped, but he continued, he married more and had more children. So that's how it sounds little strange. People ask this question, if we become like this, what family members will think of us? This is very hard. But look, this is what Krishna was doing. So therefore, gehayor, deha gehayor udasina, that I am indifferent in both, in the body as well as in the house. So about his own body also he is saying, and about the bodies of living beings. Ateva jyotihi pradipadi tadvat sakshi matrutaya kriya rahita asmahe. So therefore he gives an example that I am just like a lamp in a house. So you have a lamp in the house, lamp is illuminating it, but lamp is not doing anything. It's not involved. If you are happy, still then the lamp is on. If you cry, the lamp is still on. If you sleep, it's still on. If you eat, it's on. He's not bothered what you do. He continues to do what he has to do, or what is his function. So he says, like that I go on doing my function. Sukhe dukhe samay kritva labha labho jaya jaya. So he remains sama, balanced. Yes.
Krishna uses Bahuvachan here. Right, he says Udasina Vayam. And yesterday during the Bhakti Kavya class you said that it is allowed when there is no qualifier. But here
it came in this class only.
It wasn't the Bhagavata class, okay. But okay, so the fact that there is a qualifier here in this verse is not a mistake, and it is also considered as Arsha Prayoga.
Yeah, either you say Arsha, but Jiva Goswami in Harinamrita Vyakaran says that this is just Apavada. The rule is not very strict. Then he gives one sloka there, if you remember. Sa bala vayam mugdha, sa stri vayam katara, sa pinno nat payodhar yugam, gantum na shakta vayam. And then last line, that the defects in the other, but we are getting influenced. That sees the woman, and we are the one who are acting very fidgety, and sees young lady, and we are mugdha. We are like what you call like a startled state, and it is she who has the big breast, and which means heavy, and it is we who cannot walk because we are transfixed looking at her. And then he says that sakheda vayam, that we are distressed when actually it should be she. And then he says that she has all the problems, and we are the one who are suffering from it. So there vayam is being used. So Jiva Goswami gives this sloka in the Karak Prakarana as an example of an exception to the rule. So looks like, here we saw many places. So this was the end of the talk. And then Sri Shuka Uvacha. So etavaduktva bhagwan atmanam vallabhamiva manyamanamiva vishleshat darpogna uparamat. So after speaking this, Bhagwan, who is called here as Darpogna. Darpogna means one who is the destroyer of the pride. So he stopped speaking. Atmanam Vallabham Iva Manyamanam. Because Rukmani was thinking that she is the best lover of Krishna. Atmanam Vallabham Iva Manyamana. And why she was thinking? Avishleshat. Because Krishna is always with her. She is Lakshmi, she is Mahalakshmi. And Lakshmi is called Anapayani, means who is never separated. So because Krishna is never separated from her, so she had the pride that I am the best. There is no one who is more dear to him than me. So Sri Krishna destroyed this darpa, this pride of Rukmani by his words, and then he stopped. So Vallabham iva iti sarva vallabhasu shreshtham api. So Vallabham iva, first of all the word iva is used, which is strange. So iva here means eva, means I am the top best, certainly. And paramanuraga uttha swayogyatvam amananena atmanam vallabham iva manyamanam etavaduktva avishleshad hetoriti. So sarvallabhasu shreshthamapi tam param anuragotha swayogyatvam mananeneva atmanam vallabham. So although she is the best and there is nobody who is equal to her, but still he is using the word eva because she is very humble. So it says paramanuragotha swayogyatva manane yogyatva mananeneva atmanam manyamanam etavaduktva avishleshad heto. But because Krishna was never leaving her, haryatva yogyamapi mamayam swaguneneva subhagam bharya karoti. So he says that although I was not suitable for him to kidnap me, but it is only by his good qualities that he is making me auspicious. So the word, I think, is trying to explain the word eva in that sense. Tadaham etavad adbhut gunarnav bhartrika eva asmi yadarpastam hanti iti sa. So then why is it called that she is proud? So she is proud not because of her own characteristic, but I have such a great husband who is the ocean of all good qualities, Gunarnav, and he is so great, so wonderful, and still he has kidnapped me. So this is my great fortune. In that sense, he is not thinking that I am great or I am more than anyone else, but in that sense he is thinking, and that's why the word eva has been used. So either you have to say that eva has the same sense as eva, then you don't have to give this explanation. But if you take the word eva as eva, means as if she thought she is the best, then he is giving that explanation that she is thinking she is best because Krishna kidnapped her. And it is Krishna who is Gunarnava, who is the ocean of all the good qualities. And it is by his good qualities that she has become such great. So even this type of pride Krishna is removing. So that is, we saw in the Rāsa-līlā also that Krishna does not appreciate any pride. So tasam saubhagamadam viksha. So then Krishna disappeared from there. But now there is this usage of the word grammatically, that Atmanam Vallabham. So Atman is masculine gender, and Atmanam Dvitiya Bhakti Ekvachan. And the word which goes along with is now Vallabham. but Vallabha is feminine. So how the feminine word is going with masculine word, that is little bit problem. So that has to be, because the Visheshan and Visheshya, they must have the same linga, same gender, same vibhakti, right? And same vachan. So yad vachan, yad linga, yad vibhakti visheshanasya, tad vachan, tad ling, tad vibhakti visheshya. Visheshasya, visheshanasya. So there is a mismatch here. So he is explaining that now. So he says, Vallabha Shabdasya Param Priya Bharya Vachitvena Uddeshya Vidheya Bhavena Anvayat Napunstvam. So he is making this Atmanam as the Uddeshya, as the subject, and making the Vallabham as the predicate. Then there is no problem. If Atmanam is the Uddeshya, is the subject, and Vallabha is the predicate, then they can have separate gender. But if you make both as Uddeshya, then it will be a problem. So therefore he says that it is not made in Pullinga because it is only Vidheya. Or he gives another explanation. Vallabha Shabdasya Param Priya Bharyaya Rudhatva Svikarena Ajahat Lingatvat Atma Tulya Adhikarnatvepi Stritvam Tasya Darpo Vallabhatvam Abhimana. Or he says that Vallabha is a Rudhi Shabda. Rudhi means that it is fixed in the sense of most dear wife. Vallabha here means the most dear wife. And if it is Rudhi, then it is not going to give up its gender. And its gender remains feminine. So that's why it is like that. Rudhitu svikarena ajahat lingatvat. So atmatulya adhikarnatvepi. Therefore then it can have a samana adhikaranya, means it can go along with the word atma. Then there is no problem. So stritvam tasya darpo vallabhatva abhimana tadgana. And he is destroying her pride of thinking that she is the best. Narmamayatvat. And of course this is narma, this is only a joke. It's not that actual thing is like that. Tathacha vakshati hasya pradhima janantya. So how do you know that he is just joking like this? Because later on in the sloka number 25, Sukadeva Goswami himself will say hasya pradhima janantya, not understanding the deep joke made by Krishna. Tathacha swayameva vakshyati, and Krishna himself will also speak later on that tadvachaha shrotu kamene kshvelya acharitam iti Vaishnavatoshni. That on verse number 29, commentary of Vaishnavatoshni also says that Krishna wanted to hear her angry words and therefore he spoke jokingly like that. Kshvelya means jokingly. So therefore this darpagna, or destroying Rukmani's pride here, is also out of joking mood, not actually. So now he is going to describe the reaction of Sri Rukmani Devi. That we'll read tomorrow. Okay, there is some question from Srishti Acharya. Their voice is breaking.
How is the pride of Rukmini different from the pride of Radha?
I cannot hear the second half of the
Here
sentence.
now.
Yeah, now it's better.
How is the How is the pride of Rukmini different from the pride of Radharani, which is which she expresses when she's in a state of intoxication. Like there are some songs.
Well, Rukmani has not expressed her pride here. This is the commentator or Sukdev Goswami speaking.
Could you read the pride that she
But Radharani expressed
within and remains unexpressed? How is that pride different from the manifest pride which Krishna never tries to?
Well, the difference is that pride was so great that it could not be just contained within. One is that you get angry at somebody, but you are not so angry that you express it. Sometimes you are angry only within. But sometimes your anger is so great that you cannot hold it. It comes out. So Radharani expressed her pride that Nagantum Kama, that I am tired, I cannot walk anymore. You can take me wherever you want. But Rukmani did not do anything like that. She didn't express anything. Even if she had it, there is no mention of it here in her behavior. It's Sukdev Goswami who is saying Vallabham, and Vallabha is not necessarily always mean the best. But commentator comment like that because he uses the word Darpagna. So it's not same type. That is the difference. Bhushan.
My question is that I am not able to understand, like Sri Krishna is seemingly rejecting Rukmini Devi, asking her that I am not affected if you leave. So I'm unable to understand how rejection provokes anger. Usually rejection provokes
How what?
sadness, grief and depression. How rejection, like he is rejecting her, provokes anger. It generally provokes sadness, grief and depression sometimes. One feels rejected.
Well, it depends. If you have a wife and she is not a Dakshina wife, she will get angry at you. What nonsense are you talking? She will take the pot from the kitchen and hit you on your head. But because she is Dakshina, so she will faint. It depends what is the mood of the wife. It's not necessary that she will just go sad and grief. Different moods are there. Okay, anything else? Yeah.
Babaji, about this friendship and marriages, about the friendship and marriage between equals. So I wonder if age fits somewhere in there, or if age is just...
Yeah, age also. Maybe that is too obvious. So there is no need to say it. Sandeep. Or you can take that meaning from the word Janma.
Actually, Krishna started this conversation with Rukmini Devi so as to see her Vama mood. But then it turned out to be totally different. In the sense, her mood did not change. So, I was just thinking like that the mood of devotees, can it change? Because I think in Sandarbhas we did that whatever is the bhav and this thing is always sthai.
No, sthai bhav is one thing, but sthai bhav goes into so many modulations, I mean, sthai bhav, did you not hear where so many types of vyabhichari bhavas are there? Shoka is also there, anger is also there, man is there, all this. Sthai bhav is one thing, but there are so many waves which come in that.
Here he's trying to see it totally different. He wanted she gets angry and reacts.
Yeah, so what is your question?
She was frightened and fainted.
What is your question, I'm saying?
So she remained Dakshina only. She did not become one.
So that he is trying, but what is there? It's not necessary. I mean, you make a joke with somebody and you think this person will react in this way, it's not necessary that that person will react like that. Dakshina is her nature, but that doesn't mean that she cannot get angry. Just like Vama is not always angry. Prone to getting upset, but not always. Okay. Yes.
Babaji, about friendship and marriage, the fourth one was Kriti.
Akriti.
Akriti. So how does that, like for an example in marriage, the boy or the girl, how would they have the same job, like in what sense?
No, the Akriti here means the form.
You somewhere mentioned job where you were saying.
Yeah, I saw the word as Kriti and not Akriti, but it is actually Akriti.
And the last one was Bhava.
Bhava.
Bhava. So what was that?
Bhava is in the sense of auspicious qualities. Mohini.
You said that Rukmini was thinking, she had that kind of pride that she was thinking Krishna is Gunarnava, an ocean of good qualities, and he's still choosing me. So what is wrong with that, and what would be the right attitude, or what would be the right path?
Who is saying that there is something wrong with it?
Because you said Krishna even wanted to uproot that kind of pride.
Yeah, but we are all the time we are saying that he's joking with her. Why you forget that? This whole thing is that Krishna wanted to joke with her. So he's saying something like that. And that's how. Okay.